My name is Emma, and today I have a guest.
Queen Chevy here. Thank you so much for inviting me to your channel.
You're welcome. And today we're going to talk about how we deal with our mental issues. And don't forget to subscribe, share, like,
And comment.
Also for the returning subscribers, thank you very much. And for the ones who have not subscribed, please subscribe. So you want to start? How do you deal with your mental?
For me,
Mhm.
when I'm on a mental breakdown, most of the time I really love watching animation. I know it's funny, but most of the time I really enjoy watching animation when I'm on breakdown, or when, once in a while we all have that bad day, a day that as much as you try to do things right, things just don't flow the way you want to or the way they're supposed to. So siku kama hizo mi zikinikujia, like I just feel frustrated, and when I do, it's like a shutdown. I can't do anything. So for me, most of the time, my number one is I like watching animation. Animation relaxes me. It brings back the mood. I feel like inanipeanga ile nini ya kukua, like hapo ndo una relax, una think, una rewind on what you are doing wrong, where you're supposed to improve, and then after watching, imagine you feel poor.
Okay, me sometimes I just sleep. That day I make it like Sunday is the most laziest day. I sleep, I watch documentaries, murder documentaries. Yeah, I have specific people. I go to their channel, I watch murder documentaries only, nothing else. Just to see like there are worse people out there than me. I'm okay.
And it works.
I just become lazy, and I'll be like, today I just be in bed, be lazy. That I will even order food. If I'm broke, I'll just order chips maybe, or I'll just make some snack. Thank God I know to cook, so I'll make some snacks.
Yeah, she's a very good cook.
I'll make some snacks and just watch murder. Sometimes I'll watch from the time I wake up till 2, and then I watch TikTok now for the rest of. Sometimes TikTok. I find like TikTok is the best therapy, because
to release stress.
Yeah, you'll just find something and just laugh, even if you don't want to laugh. Thank whoever came up with TikTok. Thank you. So documentaries and TikTok until 2ish, and then I sleep. If I can't sleep, I continue watching TikTok till wherever time I will sleep.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't know. Murder documentaries sometimes just relaxes me. Just thinking there are worse people who have gone through worse things than me. I'll be like,
okay, mmesikia hiyo. As for me, same as you, when I'm going through a meltdown, I also like sleeping. You see the way people wanasema wakiwa na stress or kitu ikiwasumbua, they like people around them. Wanataka watu wawazunguke, and then some people are like, me, I always want people to come talk to me. I want to be around people. For me, it's different. For me also, sleeping, I can say, is like an hobby, but during such scenarios, it's an advantage to me because it also helps me. I sleep, and also venye inasemekana usipokula vizuri pia function poa. So I also make sure my diet is well during that period. Of course,
you are lucky you managed to eat. Now me and those people.
Imagine not like I try. I say like when I do, it really helps me. Although sometimes it can be hard, because I would prefer sleeping because it helps me rejuvenate. Imagine sleeping helps me, especially if I'm in a just enclosed dark room. I can just stay there and rethink of whatever is happening to me, and it really helps me. And then when it follows with a nice prepared food, nikisema chakula ikwe chakula mzuri, not just any food.
Now, maybe if I'm stressed, my mind cannot think of food. Maybe drugs. Maybe like alcohol, other things, which sometimes I might not take, but I cannot eat. I cannot get myself to eat. The same thing for me is like my body's like, I'm those people, if I'm sick for 2 days, my weight would be like, woo. And then if I'm not sick for a week, I'll be like, woo. It's like, I can be 50 kg in a week, I can be 40 in a week. I'm those people. Like, my body's like that. Yeah, so when I'm stressed a little bit like this, you will just tell, right now if I go home, my mom will be like, stay here, grow fat and then go back.
Kwanya ukuli
fanya nini, but it's like, when you're alone, when you're home, kwanza, they cook all the time.
Yeah,
when you're
and food is always there.
Food is always there. But when you're alone, you're the one cooking, you're the one doing. How are you gonna cook when you're stressed or you?
I know. And even sometimes, staying alone makes you become lazy. You're like,
no, me lazy with food, no, I cannot. But when I'm stressed, definitely, I do not want, because cooking for me is like therapy at the same time. But then I might cook that food and not eat.
Have you tried it? If cooking is a therapy.
No, cooking is therapy, yes. But when I'm done cooking it, I will just touch it and then I'll be like, I don't want. So another thing I do is journal. I journal my feelings, but then after I journal, it's something that I journal and then burn it's like a ritual. When I'm into so much pain, I journal wherever pain I have and then burn it. But my journal doesn't have any negativity. It's only thing I'm trying to maybe attract things I want to pursue in future. But if it's any deep shit, I just journal and then I just burn and I say, wherever I've written here, may it not come back to me.
I see some of Mexicans do that.
Oh, I wish I can have sage and add those rituals at the end of the day. But I feel like it releases. And then, since I don't like crying, it makes me cry when I journal. So I think it helps me at some point. Because now it's like, but I have to be in the feelings. Like, know, when you're really feeling. But if I stay and then I'll be like, let me journal later my feelings, it won't work. It won't work. It has to be in the moment. Like when I'm in the moment, then I'm like, I journal. Then it's like, everything just cools down and I'm like, I'm back to normal.
I think you should really be using that a lot.
Then I'm gonna end up throwing all my journals because I've burned them all.
Because if it helps you after burning and if it helps you bring out all the...
Oh, people say that the problem is with me is I will not want to be depressed all the time. You see, when I'm depressed that one moment and then I find myself being depressed after this next day, I'll be like, what am I even doing? Why are you depressed twice? Like, that is so stressful.
But I think when don't you feel like when you cry it out after doing the ritual thing, don't you feel like those energy just disappear?
Yes, they disappear. The problem is I have PTSD. So if I've released some things, I end up now, how do I say, triggering other things. Yeah, let's say I'm crying about one thing, and then I'll have to cry about other things. And then after that, then I've triggered other situation, and then I also have flashbacks. So if I trigger one thing, I sleep, I'll end up having a flashback when I'm asleep, and then now the whole thing has turned to something. It's even worse now. It is end up like a cycle. So the reason why I don't like crying is because I cry about one thing, I now end up crying about the rest of the things I don't want to cry about, and then now I've triggered something. Now I've triggered something else, and I'm like, what the hell is this?
Guys, tell us in the comments when you're in such situation, when you're trying to fight a current feeling that you're going through and it triggers an older feeling, how do you deal with it?
Yeah, how do you deal with it?
Let us know in the comment section.
Me, most of the time when they trigger other things, I try as much as possible to be calm, because my triggers are at extreme. It affects, the way people say mental health affects your body.
Yeah.
Now mine really affects my eating situation because I also have eating disorder. It affects literally everything. Now I might end up being in that bed for 2 days. I don't eat, I don't do. Now ulcers then come. Now everything.
Piles.
Everything piles. So I rather not cry or think about it. I rather not. And the worst part in Kenya is actually getting help for mental health. It's very hard.
It is.
Because immediately you contact a therapist. Like I have thousands, because I'm a counselor. I have thousands the number of therapists.
Yeah.
But none of them can help me. Because sometimes you text someone and they'll already send you their charges. Like there's a time I was so depressed. I sent someone, hey, what's up? I need help. And first thing they did is send me their quotation. Like, no, I'm even stressed twice. I'm like, listen, I just need help.
It's
You
first,
know.
first is business, and then second
Second is help.
Yeah.
And then I'm
it's
like,
very
then there's a time I was so upset. There's this group I am of full of a therapist, and then I went and asked, why is it? Because also I was trying to help this client was so suicidal, and I'm like, okay, let me try find you help. And then I tried to find someone who can help at the moment because she didn't have money. I couldn't get anyone. Now it's even depressing me. She's depressed. She wants to kill herself. I can't help her. I'm depressed because of it.
I know.
Now they're going like, why can't just a therapist see someone is about to kill herself? Why can't you just help, even if it's 2 minutes,
Yeah.
for them not to kill themselves?
And then
You can
negotiate with
now
yourself.
start talking about your charges or your.
Yeah.
It's so frustrating even thinking about it.
I know.
Because you don't know, and then most of them, they charge so much. In fact, trauma, like now in my situation, trauma therapy, it's very hard to get someone who can actually counsel you on a trauma therapy. And then sometimes you get someone, they're so into Christianity things, like, oh, pray or do.
Yeah.
I hate such therapists. I'm here for help, but then you're telling me to pray, or you're telling me I should be, I don't know what.
For me, I would say it's so sad to see like professions. Like, why did you choose that profession? If the first thing in your mind
Is
is
money.
money, it's not something to do with your profession. You see, so it's very sad, and it's not only to counselors, even doctors. It's just so sad. But anyway, for me, I would say when it comes to, let's say, work, even sometimes I think even relationship, but personally when it comes to work, when I'm having meltdown, sometimes you have a project, the project is not working, you're trying to do A to reach to Z, but things are not going the way you're supposed to, and you just have a lot in your plate. So for me, in such situations, what I do is just ignore all the unnecessary phone calls, messages, emails. If it's important, I just make sure I have a time. I set aside a time to respond back and maybe call back if the phone calls are important. If not, I won't respond during that period. And if it's in a current situation, I would just ignore all the SMSs. For you love going to social media. Me, even social media, would even turn off my. I have my best friend. She usually sometimes asks me, "Why do you turn off your Wi-Fi? Why are you off?" Like, you see. So for me, it's more of, let me just deal with what I'm going through right now. Let me try and handle it. When I'm good to go out there, when I'm good to continue doing what I'm supposed to do, then I will now engage with whomever I'm supposed to. But during that scenario, it's hard.
Another thing I do, it's toxic, but it helps. Is I call everybody that knows my trauma and they have not helped me the way I wanted to be helped. And I vent. In fact, my mom go through it mostly. And I just vent and cry, because now my mom, I don't mind crying to my mom. I don't know, maybe I should be calling my mom and cry.
Yeah.
I just vent. I'm like, why didn't you do this and this? Of course, I know she's an old school and she could have done, she would have known how to help me.
Yeah.
But I just vent about it. And she won't understand, because my mom, she's like, speaks Swahili, and they don't, Swahili people, they don't know about nothing about mental health.
Yeah, I know.
But me, I just call her and vent. everything. I'm like, why didn't you do this? Why didn't you do that?
And then
You
I'm
know,
assuming what
maybe I would have been, I wouldn't have been here. So I just vent and vent. And my mom, good thing, she just listens and then she told me just relax, But then I just say wherever, and then I'm not done there. I'll call my younger brother. I'm like, sometimes you don't even check up on me. You guys don't even know how I'm feeling. You just, I'll be like, this and this and this. Like when I got the minor accident, and then my brother asked me, so how can I help? I'm like, how else can you help? Just check up on me every day. You guys
and they know you stay alone. For me, I have the same situation, but it's only when, I think it's hormonal, when I'm on my monthly period. That is when I feel like my close friend and my immediate family members, I feel like they're not showing me enough attention that I'm supposed to be getting. So when I'm having those, when I'm like, it's called, how do we call that period? There's a name for it.
The hormonal period of
There's a name. Yeah, when I'm in that period, I'm telling you, if you're my close friend and my immediate family members, I'll just tell you all the how you no longer love me, and that's when now, that's why I'm saying it's hormonal. That's when I cry, especially my mom. But I don't know why I feel like, that's why I'm saying in that scenario, I think I'm like you, because I feel like, Mom, you should be knowing these things. For me, I'm assuming when I'm about to have my period and when I'm in my period, my mom should be knowing. So she should be there calling me all the time, telling me this. And then I have those extreme period cramps, like extreme. So hiyo uchungu, machozi ya kulia, uchungu, machozi ya just hiyo hormones kucheza na mwili yako. So it's all combined. But oh my god,
or sometimes
that was a by the way.
Sometimes maybe I'm writing a topic for Tubonge Menton, right? And I'm like, wait, everything I'm writing, it's me. And why they did not do whatever I'm writing about? No. So I take screenshot and send it to my brother. I'm like, I know Mom doesn't have WhatsApp, but read it for her and explain it and tell her this is what exactly I want. And my mom is so old, she doesn't even understand. Yeah. But example, there's a video I did about mental health with my mom, trying to explain to her now a bit in like Swahili, trying to explain to her what mental health is and how she could have helped me and how she did not do enough.
And then unajua like what were before CC, like for them wako wanajua. Even we have people in our generation, some of them really don't know, or maybe ignorant, or just don't want to accept that we go through depression, stress. You see those things, because now maybe our parents and parents of our parents, they were like walikuwa wanaambiwa like Africans, we don't go through these things, So sometimes unaweza pata, maybe you have your mom there ama your auntie, you're trying to explain to them and they're like, okay, sisi mbona hizi vitu tulikuwa tuna deal nayo venye tunaambiwa.
Yeah, so venting is actually good. You see, venting is good, even if it's toxic. It's toxic, yes, but it's good because you relieve some pain. You're like, okay, I've told them, they can do whatever they want to do with the information. Whether even my brother is the same. They don't understand why people will have mental health and not be able to do things, or which I normally so my brother is the most smartest person in the whole world. But anybody who doesn't know about mental health and they think if you have mental health you can't be able to handle some things, you're like, no, you're not smart. Because everybody deals with their mental health differently.
Yeah, true.
But I feel like for me, venting is, even if I have to vent, have you ever like start talking to yourself randomly, just venting to your own self?
I do. I have my other persona that I always communicate with. I do, yeah, I have that.
So yeah, sometimes I don't even vent to anyone. I vent to myself.
That's what I'm saying. That's why I was telling you. For me, the way some people love being around friends and families. For me, I prefer being alone.
No, me, I'm a loner, so it's
And
like,
then now that is when I talk to my other persona.
no,
And,
you are like, listen, this is what we're gonna do.
and we solve it, you know. And some other another point is what I do is mostly sometimes I go for sports. I play basketball, so sometimes I go play basketball or just an evening jogging.
Hey, you have energy.
And you know, imagine when I sweat or when I go and play basketball and just when you knock with guys out there, you just come back home and you feel like sweat is all the bad energies. You feel like you just like a new.
Me now,
person.
if I'm in any situation in my head or I'm depressed, I don't like outside. Because anything can trigger anything. Someone might piss me off, someone might say something wrong, someone might having a perfume I don't like, someone, I just, let me be alone. Let me just be alone, or let me just sleep. Why go out there? Okay, I would want to go there, maybe, like now, that's what I want to try now, is hiking. Maybe hiking. I feel like hiking will be better in a nice scenario, and you have a good vibe people. But now there are those people, naturally, they're just toxic. Or they just say something. You know, those people, they just want you to be helping them, but when it's time to you, all they tell you, oh, babe, let's drink. Oh, babe, let's do. Instead of being there for me, now you want to intoxicate me.
Of course, you can drink, but what happens when you become sober?
Exactly. Now you are tired and depressed. Because you were sober, you have hangover, and now you are depressed on top of it. It's even worse than you were before.
I know.
So I prefer staying inside and just deal with my own issues, because I know myself better. And me sharing, me, I just think, you know what, we're 80s. We did not learn how to tell. If you say something, no one is gonna help you anyway. And no one knows. We didn't even know about mental health. We didn't know about nothing. So whatever you're going through, ilikuwa ni kanairo. You deal with your own issue. Now have to learn how to like say things to other people. And then I also think I grew up so fast. Like I had to like
you became independent.
I have to become independent at an early age. I had to like learn to deal with my own issues. Now, in fact, recently, the person I'm dating now who made me realize I don't even say nothing about myself. No, I'm even thinking the people from before, who are they? Because they did not tell me this about me.
Do they
you
even
see,
know
did
you?
No, I don't think nobody knows me. Apart from the person now and I think my mom knows everything about me, because naturally whatever happens to me I tell her. Even hata kama nimeanguka, hata sijaumia nitamwambia. But I feel like the people who call them my friends before, they don't know anything about me. Because now thinking about it, I don't share nothing about myself unless I want to tell you what I want to tell you.
Yeah.
But about me, no one knows nothing. And then I was all like, why don't you talk about anything about that? And then I'm like, thinking about it. I don't. And it's not my fault. It's not like I want to keep saying. It's because I've learned to deal with my own demons, to deal with my own issues.
Yeah.
Because even if I said it, no one will care. No one will help you anyway. So I've learned to deal with them. And now you get someone who wants to be in your space. You feel like ni kama mtu invade. It's like someone is trying to
anakuchok.
Yeah, and it's
genuinely
they
want
They
to
want
be part of you.
They want to
Fully,
help.
not
they
half
want,
package.
yeah, they want to help. But for me, I feel like, why do you want me to tell you?
And
Like
then,
why?
and then you're there overthinking.
Hey, kwanza mimi that I'm once. I overthink everything. Everything. Even going outside and then someone tells me, like, example, when you guys did not reply, before I texted him, I knew how I was like, are they coming or not? Oh, maybe they're not coming. But hey, they've been cancelling, they're not coming. Then I was like, just ask.
Yeah, I know.
But then before I asked, I was just overthinking everything. I was like, should I cook or not? I was even making small snack for us. I was like, let me just make for ourselves. Because what if I make too much that did not come?
But
So
yeah,
everything, me, overthinking is my talent. I feel like that's my talent. Sometimes when I argue with someone, I overthink in my head. Let's say we have argued about something
yeah.
and we have not solved it and we're in the same house. I will stay in my head overthinking. It may even pass 3 days I've not spoken to you.
Oh.
And the time I fought with my mom, I did not speak to her for 2 even more years. I did not speak to her at all. It's because she considered me and I was waiting for her to apologize to me. You know, and then when she did not, I went and like, why aren't you apologizing to me? And you're the one who was
I
wrong.
know.
You know, even my brother knows if he does something, I will not talk to him. I will not. That is me. If you consider me and you did not realize you considered me, we might not even talk for the rest of. If you don't realize, tutachana hivyo, tutakosana hivyo iende. Because I will not literally. But nowadays, I'm always like, since I know that about myself, I always like, okay, this is what has happened. Now you do with it whatever you want to do with it.
Yeah.
So either you ask for forgiveness or not, as long as I've told you, don't ask me why I did not talk to you.
Yes.
Don't ask me why I'm quiet. Because literally, I will not talk until you come and apologize. Or let's say, let's have a common ground. Even if you're not going to apologize, at least be aware of what you have done.
Yes.
At least I'm trying.
You're trying.
And I know I'm toxic. At least I know. Before I didn't know. Before, everybody else is a problem and I'm perfect. And there's nothing you can tell me, by the way. If all of these friends of mine are not telling me, and my family are not telling me, who are you? Why are you calling me toxic?
Yeah. Wow.
And I had to actually fight with someone for almost 1 year before I realized actually I'm the one who's toxic.
But it's good. It's good you realize, and it's good.
But then,
you know, it's good when you know your weakness and you know how to.
But then I don't blame myself. I blame the people they were around me. If I am toxic and you're my friend, why are you not telling me I'm toxic?
Emma, know your circle, know your friends.
Exactly. No, but I'm saying, you know, at that time when you're in a depressive moment and you don't want to be alone, and you don't want to be alone, and you want to be alone. So I used to have a house full of people, but as long as I've locked myself in the room and there are people, I'm okay.
They should not.
I didn't even care whether they're helping me anything. As long as they are there, me, I'm okay with it.
Yeah.
You see how that? And then all of them, they were happy because they were gaining something, and I'm the one who's hurting, and I'm not even telling anyone. Now, instead of some of the friends who are actually calling them my friend, instead of telling me, Emma, whatever you're doing here, it's wrong. Whatever you're doing here. No, for them, they're enjoying life, they didn't care. As long as Emma is buying food, paying rent, and doing other things, who cares?
You know, as a friend, sometimes you can tell. You can tell when your friend is not okay.
For them, they didn't care.
Sometimes you can tell, and if you have friends who can read in between the lines, but they're ignoring or they're assuming, it is so sad. Because at such moments, we usually want someone to just show concern. Just concern. Even if you won't help me, just show concern.
Now me, I don't even want concern. Tell me if I'm wrong. Tell me if I'm right. Because it's so sad. Now at 30 something, that's when I know I am toxic. When all these people I had, and they still call themselves my friend, they did not tell me, Emma, listen, whatever you're doing here, it's wrong. Like, no, I don't want such friends. If I've said something toxic to you, or I've said something that offends you, tell me, Emma, listen, you have offended me here, and let's talk about it. Then, because sometimes people may say something, like me, let me talk about myself. I might say something, I don't even know it's toxic, or it's affecting you in a way. Yeah. Tell me, Emma, whatever you're saying, that is not right.
It's true, it's true, we have people who they say things
and they don't know if
they
it's
don't
wrong.
know if I can tell you something, but I don't know if I've offended you.
Exactly.
And if you don't tell me, how will I know?
I
will repeat it some other time and keep repeating it, and kumbe inakuuma. Now say me.
Another thing of me, when I'm upset and someone forces me to speak, reason I don't speak when I'm upset, because I'm in my head. I overthink, so I'm in my head. If you force me to speak, whatever is gonna come out, me myself, I don't even know it came out. Because I might say some fucked up shit, it's because I'm in my head. There's a bad person in this side and there's a good person coming in this side. But mostly I end up on the bad side. I say some fucked up shit and then I'm like, how am I gonna apologize for something I didn't even mean it to come out? You made me say that shit because you're forcing me to speak it. So instead, you get to know who I am. Know Emma when she's upset, she's saying some fucked up shit. Let her relax for a few minutes and then we can talk about it. You know. But if I'm toxic, tell me I'm toxic, please. Anybody out there, if anyone is toxic, tell them they are toxic so that they can change. Okay? So I think that was a really, really nice conversation. What do you think?
Yeah, it was, guys. Kindly let us know in the comment section. Let us know if you
want us to do more topics.
Yeah, and if you overcome your meltdown with what
we have
said, or you have a different solution to cope up with yours, let us know. You never know, someone out there might be going through a meltdown and they don't know how to deal with it. Tunaweza saidia mtu hapo kwa comment. So, and don't forget that it is okay not to be okay. Sawa?
It is okay to be toxic. And if people tell you you're toxic, change. No, I'm saying some people like me. I've accepted myself.
We are not perfect.
Everybody's toxic at some point.
We are not perfect.
But let us know so we can change. If you don't let us know, we're not gonna change. Also, don't forget to watch the video till the end and other videos. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe.
Turn on your notification bell so that anytime Tubonge Mental post a new video, you get to be the first one to be notified.